So a lot of times we have clients that they just don't happen to know what's going on with processing. When they hear from their loan officer, hey, your loan's in processing or it's with a processor, that can be confusing. So what I want to do is introduce you guys to a team of processors in our office, and frankly, I believe these might be some of the best processors we have in the office. So I'm excited to introduce you to them today. We're going to sneak up on Georgia over here and just kind of catch her off guard. Georgia, what are you doing right now?
Besides annoying my coworkers by blurting out random song lyrics, I'm working on final numbers so that I can get a loan submitted to underwriting. What that means to you is I'm going to check that everything's correct, all the details are listed, that your amounts are correct, and that we're sending it where it needs to be.
Very good. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're working, and I don't mind the random singing. Do you mind her random singing?
No, I love it.
I'm going to have to sneak in here sometime and hear it. So this is Cheryl, and Cheryl is one of our very experienced processors here. And Cheryl, could you explain in maybe 30 to 60 seconds to our veteran borrowers, what is it that you do when you're processing a VA loan?
Well, the processors are the backbone of the company. We work heavily with our loan assistants as well. They do a lot of contacting of the borrowers. But between the two of us, we contact the title companies, the insurance companies, the employers to get a verification of employment. Sometimes we're calling the county tax records and getting all of that organized. We're also then making sure everything is in the file, documentation-wise, and everything's signed, and all the state-specific documents, that kind of thing. Once we get everything all ready, then we submit it to an underwriter who then reviews it, may condition for additional items, and once they have everything they feel they need, we then get the approval to close, and we're able to request the closing documents.
So it sounds to me like there's a ton of paperwork.
Yes.
A lot of moving parts. How long does that generally take? If I'm a veteran and I'm turning a file into processing today and you get it today, it's the 3rd of February, how quickly can I expect my loan to be processed?
Well, basically we try and shoot for 2 weeks. By the time we get everything rounded up, 2 weeks is a good goal. We try and do them towards the beginning of the month so we don't run into month-end busyness with all the other competing companies. Because we like to get our borrowers in and out as fast as we can. And 2 weeks is good. Sometimes we run into snags with maybe a judgment or subordination, things like that may delay things. But even then, it's always as fast as possible.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Cheryl.
Okay.
I'll get back to processing.
Thanks.
Okay. Over here we have Matt. Matt's one of our processors. And based on everything Cheryl just said, processing seems pretty stressful. So I'm going to ask Matt, what is the most stressful part of your job as a processor?
Wow, I think it's probably juggling the government regulations with the demands of the underwriters and loan officers to ensure everything is done properly. We want all those I's dotted, T's crossed, so we can get the best loan for our borrower.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be very difficult. He's balancing, well, all these processors are balancing all sorts of personalities, loan officers, underwriters, processors, clients. It can be difficult, but he deals with the stress pretty good. So over here we'll finish on a high note. We'll go from stress to joy. Judith has been processing for us for a very long time, and we're going to ask Judith, what is the most enjoyable or fun part of your day as a processor?
For me, the funnest part is actually getting the loan closed and making sure that the borrower is happy. It's really satisfying knowing that we are saving our veterans money on their homes and that they're able to live comfortably without having to worry about really high mortgage payments and making payments that they're not able to afford, and also making sure that they're in the program that they want to be in.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and I'd agree with that. Best thing about low VA rates, we're always trying to lower your payments, hence the name low VA rates. And so thanks, processors. Appreciate it.